It has been a very difficult month in April, given the impacts of the terror attacks that took place on Easter Sunday. Um, from Economy.lk, we offer our condolences to all those that are impacted by this. As we as a nation move on, and definitely take time to heal, we will also have to look at some of the economic impacts of it. As emphasized by the governor repeatedly, it is quite early to quantify some of the impacts that will have on the economy, but definitely the impacts towards tourism is quite visible. Some in the industry have pointed towards a 30% reduction in earnings and put the figure between a reduction of between a billion to 1.5 billion in tourism earnings that can be lost. But there are other factors we'll have to monitor in the next few weeks and months ahead, which will be the impact in terms of growth and FDI as well as things unfold from this situation. Looking at some of the other developments that took place during the month of April, the trade data for February came out and the trade deficit has slumped to a 5-year low. Some of the policy restrictions taken by the government and the central bank in terms of curtailing imports seems to now be showing effect, as imports have definitely declined in the first 2 months, continuing from where things were at the end of 2018 in the last 2 months. We're also noticing a decline in remittances during the first 2 months. We have to still wait and see whether this is a more long-term trend or a more short-term trend that will not really have an impact on the current account deficit. While we look at the trade numbers, I think we have to also keep in mind a big factor that will weigh in on imports, which is oil prices. And globally, oil prices have been on the rise during March as well as in April. In April, it's up about 10%, which is a concerning factor given our exposure towards importing oil not only for power generation but for fuel and things like that as well. If that does breach $80-90 a barrel, that may really have an impact in terms of our balance of payments, and another factor to keep in mind. So these are some of the variables that are having an impact right now. As the days and weeks move on, we'll have a more idea in terms of the impacts of the recent attacks and then what that will really mean for the economy. So stay tuned to Economy.lk for updates such as these.